Where are my Twilight fans in the building? Where are my
I'm out.
Teen Wolf fans in the building?
Listen,
Where
I'm out.
I will defend the Twilight films until the day I leave this mortal coil.
I'm out.
Camp
Edward
masterpieces.
or Jacob? Edward or Jacob?
Edward.
Yeah, Edward.
Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, this is the Anime Effect. Each week we bring you the latest news and views from the shows you love. It's pop culture with an anime lens. Today it's oops, all news. I mean, not completely news, but Anime Expo is happening this week. It starts at the end of this week. It's happening this weekend. So we figured, rather than kind of leave you without an episode, we're going to pop in, talk about some anime news before we fly out to Los Angeles for Anime Expo 2024. But before we leave, we just have to discuss some of the news that just broke.
Oh, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Including a little anime film trilogy you may have heard of. It's coming to theaters. There's some new music that JUJUTSU Kaisen fans are going to want to hear.
Oh my God, so good.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So
Hold back.
good, bro.
Hold.
And we're going to talk about our reactions to a brand new anime that just released. I am your host, Nick Friedman.
And sometimes you got to pop out and show people. I'm LeAlec Murray.
And I'm Leah President.
And the three of us, remotely, before AX, are here to show you just how powerful... No, that's not right. Are here to see just how powerful the effect of anime really is. What is the number one thing that you guys have to pack for Anime Expo? Like, what is the one thing that has to go with you?
Oh, that has to go?
Yeah.
Outside of my work computer, probably my personal computer, because I do a lot of like writing and stuff on the side. So.
My computer.
Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's no, I mean, and also because it's easier for me to like, if I'm gonna, if I don't want to watch like hotel TV and stuff, like, you know, I can log into all my stuff.
You mean you don't want to watch only South Park or Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives?
Hey man, I'll watch some Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives now, but sometimes I gotta be able to watch my anime. I gotta be able to watch the wrestling. So you know, I gotta have the setup with your boy. What about y'all?
I'm the king of the in-flight movie. Don't get me started.
Leah, what is your one thing that you have to pack?
I am going to bring at least one cosplay. I've got like a little Sailor Moon moment. One of the years I was Aki from Chainsaw Man.
Love that. Wasn't that last year?
Yeah.
You were like one of the years.
One of the years. One of those times.
I think it was like, it was maybe 2 years ago. It was whatever year that I interviewed Isayama. So
Anime
there was one
NYC
day I decided to get a little wacky. Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna go to Anime Expo, you've got to cosplay at least once, because I've done
at least once.
I did Boji.
I was gonna ask if Boji was gonna come out this year or not.
There's a lot going on this year. I don't think I'm gonna be able to bring out Boji, but you will be able to catch me in Artist Alley buying some Boji fan art.
I'm so excited.
I'll probably
for
be right
Artist
there
Alley.
with you, to be perfectly honest.
Let's see. I bring at least like 20 to 30 Nintendo Switch games on every trip, and I might play one of them.
Same.
Wait,
I do the same thing.
Don't you have physical games though? So you're just like lugging around.
They're like
20 to
this
30
big.
Switch
I
games?
have a case that's the size of one Switch game case.
Yep.
That holds a bunch of games in it.
Yeah, I have one of those too. If it's like 20 games or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think like the most important thing is like not what I'm bringing the con, but like, will I have enough room in my suitcase for the things I'm bringing back from the con?
That's the big question. Is like, am I gonna have to ship stuff, or can I take it with me?
So stay tuned for what we've got coming out of Anime Expo.
Oh, I'm so excited. So much going on. So up next, we are sharing all the anime news we care about, including other anime coming to theaters. It has been a crazy time for anime movies. New music shouting out Anime of the Year, JUJUTSU Kaisen, what's up? And our thoughts, but mostly LeAlec's thoughts, on the just released Suicide Squad Isekai anime. Stick around for that. Okay, guys, it is time for the news, and I'm gonna have to wait while biting my bit just a little bit longer to talk about the Jujutsu Kaisen story that we have coming up because I'm about to chat on that. But first, Nick, take it away. What do we have on the top of the docket?
Nick. Get the outfit.
Go put on the outfit.
Extra, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to news. Okay, so originally the story that Leah is alluding to was our number one story that we were going to talk about first. But breaking news: Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle, 3 movies in theaters. It's happening.
My God.
They're doing it up. Nobody's doing it like Demon Slayer, giving the people what they want. Let's go movie events.
I agree.
Like, okay, so Infinity Castle, for those who don't know, it is basically the final arc of the manga series. So we've reached the beginning of the end of Demon Slayer. As Hashira training arc wrapped up, which, by the way, that last episode, wow.
10 out of 10, no notes.
I kind of go back and forth on Demon Slayer a lot, but this season, especially toward the end, got me back to some of the highs of like Mugen Train, episode 18, 19.
Mugen Train, yeah.
This last episode of Hashira training arc, if you haven't been, catching up on Demon Slayer, definitely now is the time. But Hashira training arc ended with a tease, not really a tease, pretty much a confirmation that Infinity Castle is coming as a trilogy. It's gonna be amazing. Like Ufotable does an amazing job on anime series, but when they get they get an IMAX screen or when they get a movie theater screen to deal with,
they go off.
Like, yeah.
My biggest question with this is, I wonder if they're doing it all at the same time and it's being broken into pieces. Kind of like very. Oh,
you mean like producing it? Like if they're producing the whole thing?
Very much in the same way that kind of like Lord of the Rings was done. Was like it was shot in one big, take, quote unquote, and then it was chopped up.
They're filming in New Zealand. I'm just kidding.
They're in New Zealand. The castle's actually in New Zealand.
Peter Jackson is executive producing. But Ian McKellen will play Tanjiro in live action.
My God. And this is honestly the perfect way to cap a series like this. Like I honestly wish more anime would do this and say, hey, we know that this is going to take more than just the standard 20 plus minutes week to week. Let's just give you bam movie.
Yep. So
I think that's why I'm excited, especially because Mugen Train was like such the moment. Like I feel like this trilogy is going to be outside of something we've never really seen before. I think it's going to be a cultural moment, like an anime cultural moment.
Agreed. I totally agree. Well, there aren't any release dates yet, so we're going to have to spend our time rewatching the series.
Twist my arm, Nick. Twist my arm.
We're at the point in the anime season where we start getting confirmations of continuing or sequels or shows coming back. So we also wanted to talk about some other anime continuation announcements that happened over the last week. So Kaiju number 8 is
I'm
getting
excited
a sequel.
For that one. I was so excited about Kaiju after reading the first couple volumes of the manga. And now having watched the season, and there was so much cool things that went on, like the streaming at the same time as Japan.
Oh, it's so good.
It was just kind of an event, and it was really, really fun to be a part of. And a part of as in like from a fan perspective. I didn't have anything to do with anything.
I didn't work on.
I wanted to clarify just in case. Like I'm assuming nobody thought I did, but I just want to say that. But yeah, I loved Kaiju. It was super, super fun, and I'm glad that it's coming back for sure.
Heck yeah. We also had Windbreaker season 2, which is for Lee.
I mean, most of this is for me, but yeah.
Honestly, like, this list is like all Lee. Like, so Windbreaker season 2, Mushoku Tensei season 3.
We do have to hit the Isekai button. So.
Oh, that's right. Hit the Isekai button.
Hit the Isekai button.
Go Loser Ranger season 2.
Yes.
And I had to put this one in here because Lee was just talking about wanting more Kamen Rider anime.
Yep.
But Futo PI is getting a movie.
Hell yeah, brother. We're here. We're up. We're back. Like we never left.
I wonder what switched in the atmosphere where like all of these movies. I know I bring it up every time we talk about movies, but like it's just like the thing now to go with your friends to an anime movie.
We're going into the big moment this week. All right, Leah.
You
Megan Thee
guys.
Stallion has sampled the JUJUTSU Kaisen soundtrack on a new song off of her new album, Megan, Otaku Hot Girl.
Oh my gosh. This is what I was born to listen to be honest. Like every event in my life and in the stratosphere led up to the opening lines of Otaku Hot Girl. Like, well, first of all, so in the song, if you haven't heard it yet, and if you haven't heard it yet, what are you doing? Like, hop on that.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Yeah,
You're
every
missing
single
out.
song on that album is like an absolute hit. And Megan's on tour, so it's like ultimate, like she is riding high, like she is amazing and unbothered right now. But in the song, the voice actor for Yuji Itadori says his like a rendition of a famous line of his from the show, but like redone, where he says, it's talking about the kind of girls he likes, and he names, instead of Jennifer Lawrence, Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion. And I love that she had him put Grammy winner in the front. I'm like, okay, get your title, girl. She ate with that, so yeah.
It was definitely a moment. Like when I heard it and he came up, I was like, okay. It was the bleeding of the culture is nice to see now. Like it's especially on a level like this, because we've talked about it before. You know, Meg has been the ultimate like statesperson for what it means to actually be, you know, ingrained in both the hip hop culture and the anime culture. And this album completely almost across the board, you know, really
it's a love
shows
letter.
Exactly. Like it shows the exact highs of it.
Well, and I feel like
we haven't even talked about how she talks about Gojo Naruto either. Like, can't touch me like Gojo. Look good at all my photos. Like, she absolutely ate.
I feel like this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is this like the biggest mainstream song that has directly referenced anime? Because
I'm gonna
pretty
say
sure
yes.
I think pretty sure. Just from some of the things she said on social media, she was like, oh, this has kind of never been done before. This is like the biggest sample that any anime sample any artist has ever done. So I'm pretty sure she's kind of like becoming the blueprint for, you know, incorporating that media.
Listen, I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk about Megan referencing anime in her songs, but this was a good one.
Gonna keep throwing it out there. She's welcome to come to the show. Just, you know.
More than welcome.
Speaking of other ways in which anime and mainstream media are colliding, there's your good segue for the week.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there you go.
Suicide Squad Isekai has officially premiered. I believe it is streaming on Hulu and Max.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like 3 episodes out at this point.
First 3 episodes dropped. And for those who don't know, this is basically a story that takes the Suicide Squad from DC Comics, sends them to another world. It's produced by Wit Studio, with character designs from the Psychopaths character designer, with scripts from the Vivi Fluoride Eyes song writer team. Like, this is like a dream team of anime creators working on Suicide Squad.
I watched the first episode, right? And I know, Leah, I'm going to let you have your moment on it, but I just have to say, I watched the first episode, and one of the most polarizing things, like in modern media, is people's different takes on the Joker, right? I know I'm a Mark Hamill stan. A lot of people really like the Dark Knight Joker.
Sure.
I think that this rendition is really cool and really unique, and I think people need to let it breathe and take in the vision, because it's so hard to recreate a character that's been done so many times, and I think something that Suicide Squad Isekai is doing is very inventive, and I think people need to give it a couple episodes, in my opinion.
I agree with that. Lee, I want to hear your take. I also watched the first 3 episodes, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Like it's gonna be bad. It's totally not. I mean, listen, just right off the bat, the animation is absolutely beautiful. You know, it's like Wit you know what you're gonna get with Wit, right? But and even the cast of characters that they picked, I was actually honestly surprised that the cast is much deeper than what we initially thought, because we thought it was just your King Shark, your Clayface, your Harley, Deadshot, and then Rick Flag shows up. So I mean, you see like the cast is wide, like, so watching it almost gave me the feeling of like it's kind of an extension of what they did with Batman Ninja, right? Because even though those were kind of two totally separate things, they felt like they fit in the same kind of universe, right? Whereas like the Joker may have just come back from his feudal Japanning and was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go rob this bank, and then the isekai stuff happens again for him, right? But no, I mean I agree with you guys. Everybody should watch it, let it breathe, enjoy it for what it is. I mean, just kind of have fun with it, because I feel like this title, it's a title that's not, it's one of those that's not going to be fully baked until the very last episode.
They're leaning into a lot of and this is my one takeaway, is one, Harley Quinn's character design.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Honestly,
Fantastic.
all of the characters in this, they're so inherently like anime, but in a refreshing modern way. I especially love Clayface's design.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the fantasy takes on some of the other characters you meet that I won't spoil are also really cool. And then, of course, the ending theme song, which I feel like people are pretty divisive on right now.
I thought, what, I at first when I saw it, I was like, I don't know. And then when you see it in the second episode, I'm like, okay, they did the Peacemaker thing here. Like, I'm totally
that's what it is.
I'm aligned. I get it.
Exactly. And then Harley does the like girl who leapt through time jump like in the middle of it.
Wait, can you do that again?
And you know what? And I think what I also love about this series, like after watching episode 3, is that they're not treating it as we pick them up and we put them somewhere else, right?
Exactly.
Because stuff starts happening that really puts the squad into the world that they're in. And I really appreciated that, because they could have easily just went, oh, hey, they're here you go, and just let that ride, but they didn't. So the fact that it's a different kind of story, that is honestly fresh. I think borrowing a little bit from what James Gunn did with his Suicide Squad, and adding the anime twist to it. Like, I think this is going to be a fun one. All right, y'all. You know what we do after we do the news? We come back and we do the recommendations.
I mean, usually we have the main story.
The recommendations. We do have the main story, but this time it's the recommendations.
You just said, you know what we always do.
You know what we always do? Well, we're not going to do
Go to ad. Go to ad.
Go to break. All right, I'm sure we've all been enjoying some anime, some manga, some gaming in the past week. So let's share what we've been loving this week. Let's share some Recs. It's time for the Recs.
Time for the Recs.
Leah, since you've been gone. What have you brought us this fine day?
Where are my Twilight fans in the building? Where are my Teen Wolf fans in the building?
Listen,
I'm out.
I will defend the Twilight films until the day I leave this mortal coil.
I'm out.
Camp
Edward
masterpieces.
Edward or Jacob?
Edward.
Yeah, Edward. Well, when I was reading the books, I was Jacob for like the second book. But anyway, what I have here is something that I read at the same time I was reading the Twilight books. When I read it, I kind of like had the same feeling as when I was reading the Twilight books, because it's kind of like a star-crossed lovers, like angsty teen romance type beat. So I'm recommending Blackbird. I just recently picked up, these are used copies again. I'm such a used manga advocate. I picked up the first couple volumes at the store this past weekend, and I am going to give them a reread and see if I can live in that nostalgia one more time, because
get the magic back.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that I read in my like mini manga club with my friends when I was younger. and
gosh.
it doesn't have an anime adaptation yet. So basically, the premise of this manga is it's this girl who has the power to see supernatural things. That intertwines her with a certain family. I can't give too much away because it's pretty much spoilers right out the gate. But it entangles her in sort of like a mythical, magical romance with the leader of this clan. So everybody give it a read. It is very much Twilight vibes. It is very much like young adult fiction vibes. And it was in Shoujo Beat back in the day. And I miss Shoujo Beat so much. I used to love Shoujo Beat. So anyway,
Nicholas.
what are you guys into? They all checked out during that.
Okay, so last week I did a bit of a rapid fire with some of my spring season wrap up, and I had 3 quick ones again as I've been wrapping up shows. So I talked about these, I think, in different capacities throughout the season, but Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, streaming on High Dive. It's about a girl who loves to draw, and she's sort of like fallen out of love with it, and she meets this former idol who loves her art, and together they form a new group of friends that all kind of gas each other up for the things that they're good at and become super successful musicians. So a little bit of Bocchi the Rock in there, a little bit of like do it yourself. I have to mention it. So that's Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, streaming on High Dive. There's Kaiju number 8, which we've talked about at length. It wrapped up phenomenally.
Beautiful.
Just go watch it. Go watch. It's 12 episodes. Watch all of season 1. And then Laid Back Camp season 3, which continues to be amazing comfort food that shows up every so often and is just one of the best pure vibes anime out there. It's about a group of girls who join a club and go camping together, and it will make you want to quit your job, move to rural Japan, and go camping all the time.
That's quite the take there. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it. My main rec for this week. We're back. The Wrestling Quarter's back, baby.
Isn't it the Wrestling Soapbox?
Wrestling Soapbox. There we go. Wrestling Soapbox. I'm trying to steal your corner, Nick. But yeah, no.
Like the wrestling step ladder or something.
No,
you know?
Wrestling Soapbox.
Because who's got a soapbox anymore? You know what I mean?
Hey, I just bought some soap. I got a soapbox.
Who's buying soap by the box?
I mean, some people might. Some people might. But no, Soapbox is back. So AEW Forbidden Door was this weekend, or this past weekend when you guys are listening to it. Great card from start to finish, but the main event match for this one, I talked about both of these wrestlers before, but Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, those guys absolutely tore down the house. And not just from the talent or the wrestling standpoint, these guys have been kind of wrestling each other and then also missing each other for the last like couple years. And you know, the story going into this match, like it was really personal. Like you really felt like you had to pick sides, even though you were, you know, a fan of, you know, both of the guys, because they just drove the story so hard. So if you guys have a chance, check out Forbidden Door. I'm sure you can actually check out some of the clips of the main event online. But yeah, that's my rec. There we go.
My one thing I caught wind of from this event over the weekend was I think someone posted a photo of someone in the audience holding a sign, and it just said like, Nintendo, please remake Golden Sun.
Yes.
And I was
so
like,
there's
like,
a
is that
guy.
me?
I think this is the same guy. I'm not sure. Or people are just doing it because the one guy started it. Every like major AEW show, and it happens for WWE shows sometimes too, somebody will put up a please remake or please play like insert game. Like it happens all the time, and I absolutely love it because you're like seeing people with all these wrestling signs, and then here's just one that's like remake Golden Sun, and I'm like,
oh my god,
where did that come from?
Well, you know, speaking of recommendations from wrestling fans,
looks like we got a couple recs from the fans. Nick, do you want to take us in?
Sure. Okay, this week you recommend, so this one comes from Isaiah from our handy little question form, who says, I've been watching Viral Hit, and I'm surprised it's not more popular than it is.
It's so good. It's so good. If you guys haven't watched Viral Hit, definitely like because we're in the age of the delinquent anime, so so definitely take some time out of your watching and do Viral Hit, because Viral Hit actually is it's definitely worth your watch, even if you haven't read the webtoon. It's definitely worth it. I agree.
Nice.
I am so interested in this next one. From Calvin, they say, I totally recommend 91 Days. The vibe of mafia movies in an anime is something that I didn't know I would like, but 91 Days perfectly showcases that vibe. I will let episode 1 speak for itself.
Ooh.
So it must have a really interesting episode 1 then. I'm going to put that on the list.
Okay. It'll
the
go
vibe, because I love mafia movies, like Goodfellas, you know.
Nothing beats a good mob movie.
Yeah.
I think we stream that. Yeah, you can watch that on Crunchyroll.
All right,
there you
watch
go.
party.
Thank you to everyone who wrote in their own recommendations. As a reminder, you can submit recommendations or your questions to got.cr, that's got.cr/Anime Effect questions. Speaking of questions, where are we going, Lee?
It's mailbag time.
Mailbag.
Gonna put my outfit on.
I hope you. Oh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh. I hope you know, listeners at home, that this has become like a huge inside joke to us in our personal group chat. Also, so I found the cutest little boy in a mail carrier outfit. I'm like, oh my god, it's Nick.
Oh my god. Okay, so. Question from the mailbag this week comes from Andrew via, again, our handy dandy question form. Thank you guys for using our
the
question
form. It's so awesome.
What other kinds of video games would you like to see as an anime?
I feel like we sort of have, because I was going to say like a Skyrim type, but we do have like sort of like a Nordic story in Vinland Saga.
Yep.
So we do have that. But I'm wondering, like, if we could do like a Skyrim type story with like a mage build. Do you know what I mean?
Like something
and they
more,
go,
like hard fantasy.
Yeah, because there are some things like where it's like about the main character studying magic and whatever, but it would be cool to see that in like a true medieval gritty setting, like in Vinland Saga. That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
We have a little bit of that in Freyrin too, so maybe I'm wrong.
But
maybe it already exists.
I think having that more like, I hate to describe it as like grunge fantasy, but like the world of Skyrim has this like
grime
to it. Yeah.
Or like an Elden Ring type.
Yeah. Elden Ring would be.
Oh my gosh, an anime written by George R. Martin.
It'll never get done.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Star Fox.
Ooh.
I just think the like universe there, you know, the character designs are really cool with them being like animal humanoids.
Yeah.
The ship designs are really
cool. And everyone was hating on me when I said I liked Beastars.
No one was hating on you. Not a single person, Leah.
Run it back.
She's like, what the receipts? Pull up the receipts.
Oh my gosh. But just imagine like a production IG Star Fox.
Ooh.
Yeah. You got one, Lee?
I feel like Golden Sun would fit really well into the free run pocket because it's just a fantasy story. I think you could do some cool stuff with the summons, and you get, you know, personality because you have like, you know, a party that you're having to follow. So that would probably be mine, honestly. Get some more JRPGs into animes.
Yeah, I feel like kind of what Square Enix did with The World Ends With You, where they adapted the game into an anime so that if you wanted to jump right into the sequel, you could watch the anime. And so, I mean, one, you should play Golden Sun 1 and 2. They're phenomenal games. But having something that's digestible is like, this is the story to get you ready for something else. And then we'll just ignore the DS entry and we're good to go.
Right.
Okay, so this next one, it's actually a response to us answering someone's question. So you may know WKRPNVB.
I'm the biggest fan of
actually,
them.
So they actually wrote us
questions.
back after we shared their Seventh Prince recommendation, and we asked them to explain their username. So Kevin wrote in via our question form.
What's up, Kevin?
I want to thank you for reading my questions on air before. It made my day. since it seemed you were wondering about my screen name, it's easy. When I was a kid, I watched a show called WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh,
There you go.
One
there
reason
you
I liked
go.
it was because it had my initials. So when I
Okay.
started being online, I took that and used it with where I used to live, Virginia Beach. I know it just shows how old I am, but oh well.
Wow.
Don't tell us any more
Um,
information or someone's going to try to steal your social security number.
Oh no!
Like, don't
Stop
be
it.
like, I grew
No,
up
stop
here.
it.
This was my favorite show
Stop
ever.
it.
I've
No,
gotta
no more,
finish
no
it.
more.
Y'all
So-
leave Kevin alone.
So also, I'm glad Mr. Murray, I'm gonna call you Mr. Murray
Wow.
from now on, is enjoying the Seventh Prince manga. The artwork is just so mind blowing at times. Hope everyone is doing well and has fun at the con. It has been a long time
Aw.
since I've been to one.
This
Thank you,
is so
Kevin.
sweet.
That was
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Well, you know,
So
if
we
you get
were
out to
right.
another
It
con,
is like inspired by like on-air
that's true.
thing.
That's awesome.
WKRP.
WK.
See,
I love saying it.
we
I do love
were-
saying it.
We were right on and didn't even know it the whole time.
That's true. That's true. Well, you know, we hope you do get a chance to make it back out to a con. Speaking of cons, if you're at Anime Expo right now, what is
Woo.
it? This episode comes out on Friday.
Yep.
So that's the 5th,
Yep.
which means you probably still have time to catch Lee and I hosting the Crunchyroll Presents Katakawa Anime panel.
Yep.
Which is Saturday morning at Anime Expo, or tonight, when you're listening to this, is the Bochi the Rock panel.
Yeah,
the director
baby.
and the voice of Bochi herself. I can't wait. I'm super nervous, but it's gonna be great. If you're at Anime Expo and you see us, say hi. A lot of people don't know this, but the Anime Effect is actually available to watch on the Crunchyroll channel.
Yep.
Which is kind of like a free streaming TV channel. You can watch it on like Pluto or Amazon Freevee or Roku TV. I believe we air every Saturday night around 10 p.m. Eastern.
That
Mhm.
means we can and live in Roku City.
That's right. We live in Roku City.
I live in Roku City. The
I have
purple
a-
background.
I have a
pet-
I have a
I
beach
live in the
house.
I live in the cowboy theme. I live in the cowboy theme.
Oh my God, just in the cowboy theme.
Yeah, I live in the
Um,
cowboy theme.
All right, well,
Every time you turn the volume up, it's a spur. It sounds like spurs jingling. That's my theme.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Anime Effect, brought to you by Crunchyroll and the folks over at Sony Music.
Crunchyroll Presents The Anime Effect is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, LeAlec Murray, and Leah President. We are executive produced by Jonathan Hirsch, Shara Morris, and also me, our lead
Still.
producer. Yeah, still me. They just keep letting me do it. Our lead producer is Kyla Carnero, and our associate producer is Zoe Culkin. Patrick Emile edited and mixed this episode's audio, and Aaron Neidick edited the video. Our head of production is Sammy Allison. Special thanks to Carla Solorzano and Tamika Balance-Kalasny.
Y'all, we'll be back next week with even more anime and Anime Expo coverage. There is so much content we are getting for you guys. So, see you then.
There's
and there is
nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about
Nothing.
it. Bye.
Bye. Later.
Bye. About to eat this silica gel.
Oh my god.
Leah ingests poison live on camera.
Oh my god.